Today we're gonna learn all there is to know about Vikings. Awesome Viking ship, well, half of one at least, but it's about 6 meters long in total, well, 3 meters this part, and they cross the Atlantic in this thing. So this is where they sit and sleep and eat and row and be miserable in general for days and weeks. It's shining like the sun, a helmet sun. Some Viking fighting gear, a nice shield, ringbrynja, chainmail that is, a bow and a spear. I guess those were the most common things. I like this helmet. This is gonna be awesome. Arr. Arr. Whoops. Here I am at the Viking Museum, raiding and destroying everything. Authentic Viking armor. Well, I guess it's mostly for the warrior elite. It's not exactly what every single leif had on. Oh, here's a nice exhibition about how Viking women looked. So let's see, Shield Maiden, I want to see what that looked like. Yep, pretty much what I expected. I don't think you're gonna understand a word of that. An authentic Viking age man. Let's gaze into his eyes and see if he has any ancient wisdom. Nah, he looks a bit drunk. So you see any resemblance? Oh, this is awesome. It's like a little homestead, Viking themed. So this is how I would have lived 1,000 years ago, give or take some change. Lots of small shields. Nah, that's gotta be children's shields, playthings. Bones from bird and badger. Carved with runes. I fail to see the context. Why do you have bones? A simple Viking age meal and a feast day meal in comparison. So here's how the Vikings lived. Looks pretty cozy, but very close to the cows. It's gotta smell a lot. Everyone is sleeping in the same room, so I guess that argument has gotta be about you fart, no, you snore. Wow, this looks cozy. Again, the small sheets. What are those? Are those bucklers or children's shields? Anyway, a warm hearth and a chair made for kings. And maybe me. By Odin's beard, let's go conquer France. It's something to do this weekend. Everything else is closed. Alas, poor Yorick. I knew him well. He was a cow. Ooh, a sword. I like swords. Let's see. I can't really move it more than that. Come at you. Various Viking tools, like a brush, a comb, and a pair of tweezers. Really cool, but I love this one. It's an ear swab for cleaning your ears. Ew. Keep a distance of about a Viking sword length. Can I stab people if they get too close? Come to the Viking Museum, there's barrels of fun. Don't you go telling Odin about everything you saw me do here. Oh, a bird forgot his foot in the tree. And apparently parts of his skeleton too. What's that? A ghost? It's just a wall, but she's there. Anyway, what magic is this? By the way, did you know that Viking is actually a verb as well as a noun? So it's basically to go Viking, to go raiding and having fun in various other countries. So here's a world map of different Viking settlements. Of course, a lot in the Nordics, but England as well, France, and pretty much all over the world. Why did we ever lose all of this? We could have had it all. Treasure, treasure. Well, not much treasure, but something at least. Ooh, more treasure. Silver, lots of silver. Apparently there's a lot of buried silver all over Sweden. They like to bury their treasure, a bit like pirates. The Viking Age roughly began in 793 with the raid on the Lindisfarne monastery, and then it ended in 1066 with the Battle of Hastings. And just about every modern depiction of a Viking you've seen is wrong. Vikings raided, of course they did, but they also traded a lot. And I would guess that it's more like, yeah, okay, here's the town. They look strong, let's trade with them. Or they look weak, let's get them. Many Vikings also acted as mercenaries for various kings and powers all over the world. But of course, not everyone was a Viking. Most people in Scandinavia were farmers. Well, at least you learned something today, I hope. But let's have some more fun. Here's a handy lookup guide for the runes, the Futhark. So let's see if I can write my name. Maybe here. Yep, there's me. Fancy a game of Hnefatafl? I don't know the rules and neither do you, so it should be an even match. Look at my strong grip. I can crush stone. Or squish it at least. I used to love reading about Old Norse gods as a wee kiddo. How many of these do you recognize? Thor, of course, maybe Odin, and maybe you know about Loki. Here he is, and he's getting some poison dripped in his eyes by that snake. That's Loki's mother, and she's trying to protect him from getting poison. So she collects it in a bowl, but now and then she has to throw away the poison. That's when Loki still gets poison in his eyes, and he struggles, and the whole earth shakes. And that's earthquakes. Now you know. And now I'm getting ready for Ragnfrid Saga. Apparently a ride of some sort. Heading down into the underworld. Okay, here we go. Amazing. This is gonna be so cool, I think.
He was a joyful slob who drank and embezzled everything.
That sounds like me.
But I had sworn never to leave him.
You've ruined us all! Feasting and drinking, the gods know that we will soon have it even worse than the slaves! Without silver, you're no rule over anything! We need at least 3 barrels. Bring your best men and sail off to Kernogård with slaves and leather.
Well, I say, beautiful goods traveling. Worth a lot of silver.
Charming people.
I am with you on your journey, and may Freya protect you.
After 2 lunar months, they finally approached Kernogård.
And young and beautiful slaves.
They're all men, but okay, fair enough.
But they were still lacking a barrel of silver.
We must continue and sell the rest of the slaves in Miklagård.
That's a pretty cool effect.
Going over there! Take the fight, slaves! Come over! Come on! Robbers! Robbers are attacking! Get the robbers!
It's just a flesh wound.
They finally arrived at Miklagård. Never had they seen a richer city, but they had nothing to sell. They fought in the Emperor's army to earn the silver.
A mere bag of silver. We're missing more than 2 barrels.
The sea! The ship! Over there!
They're Norwegians.
They're armed for combat. Yet there's hope to save the farm.
My silver! Let my sword feed the raven! Look out! Behind you, John!
They plundered and burned villages, cities, and a monastery on Michael's Rock.
Silver! 6 barrels!
Finally, they went home.
So what's the sense moral of that story? I guess, well, plunder until you make it. I think I found one of the coolest gift shops ever. If you're ever in the mood for some Viking memorabilia, you know where to get it. Oh, I like that. Lots of bling, Viking jewelry. Does that strike your fancy? I saw something that strikes my fancy a bit more. Plushies, woo! I think this narwhal is not really all that excited. Maybe it's not that happy to see me. What's with the squirrels, you may ask? Yeah, this is Ratatosk. He is the messenger squirrel running up and down Yggdrasil, the world tree. Here's the vicious Fenris wolf, who bit the hand out of Tyr, the god of war. And he's smiling. Vicious bastard. If you haven't read Neil Gaiman's Norse Mythology, do it. I don't know if it's a moose or a muskox, but you can pull it along. I love it. So adorable. Look at him. I think I want this. I think I need it. Look at it. So that was the Viking Museum in Stockholm. I hope you had a lot of fun, because I sure did. Like and subscribe and leave a comment. You know the drill, but most importantly, have a great day.